Hello and welcome back to the third video on my YouTube channel. If you have been following me, you already know that this is my second episode on 5-minute watercolor urbanscapes. The illustration that I've picked for this video is a beautiful city in Belgium called Bruges. You can already see that the line sketch has been prepared in advance. And these pieces also act as a way for me to modify my skills every day. For the purpose of this video, I'm going to work on the same watercolor technique and we are going to be quick and hence a 5-minute tutorial. If you've watched my last video, you already know that it was a very cheerful and daylight kind of watercolor palette, and this time I guess I'm going to keep the tones a little darker. So I'm starting with a dark blue sky with a lot of water and little less pigment. The blue has been created with a combination of 3 colors: ultramarine, cobalt and purple. Sometimes I desperately wish if we could have only the required colors in one set. That would have been so convenient and wouldn't have to waste some other colors. Because sometimes there are colors that are literally never used, and hence we often have to mix our own colors. So now I'm roughly applying the blue onto the sky with more water and less pigment on the brush. I am also going to occasionally tilt the page so that the water flows downwards. In the process, I'm also going to allow the pigment to get into the structures a little so that when we apply the other colors, they blend in together well, and keep them as wet as possible so that when we apply the other colors, they mix well. This watercolor technique is not one which is very clean, and so get ready to get your hands dirty. Use a little bit of your fingers to give that edge to the piece. Now here comes my black. Since it's going to be a moody tone, I'm going to use the black without cleaning the blue from the brush, and I'm just really applying it to certain areas which I feel act like the shadow areas. Our idea is to let the colors blend while they're very much wet. So here I bring my second color, which is the orange. This is not purely orange. I've also mixed it with a little bit of the blue that I already had on my color mixing palette, and here I've also added some crimson which has sort of mixed with the orange, and I'm spraying the same color a little bit. Now I'm adding a little bit of the raw cobalt without mixing it with any other color, and I'm going to let it blend with the other colors onto the piece itself. It is very important that we distinguish the colors that we are using. Are they cool colors? Are they warm colors? And then accordingly you'll understand what kind of colors fit exactly in the palette that you have decided for this piece. In this piece, I have almost entirely never cleaned the brush and rather used newer colors like orange without having cleaned the blue that I applied previously. This way you prevent the piece from looking abrupt in terms of colors and also prevent it from looking too layered. This color may look brown, but it's actually black picked on the brush that already had orange on it. These are what I feel are the shadow areas of my picture, and this time I'm going to prevent myself from applying too much color everywhere. One thing that you must remember as a ground rule is to have all your colors ready ahead of time so that before you have started the painting process, they're all there in front of you and you understand the combination that you're going to work with. It is a 5-minute watercolor process, and so you have to be really quick because considering the weather, say for example it's summer right now, so I have to ensure that with the fan or the AC on, the colors are not drying up too quick. You know I love a little bit of twist, and so I had this color, it's called Rose, in my watercolor set, and so I thought I'd apply it in certain places just to give it a little bit of life. I'm bringing back the orange with more pigment, less water, and I'm using a very limited watercolor palette, and so if you notice I've used the same colors over and over again, just allowing them to blend with different combinations in different places. These blots that look like brown are actually orange and black. I'm using blue to be applied onto my window areas. And yeah, I needed a little bit more of water and less of the pigment, so Feel free to always use a piece of cloth or tissue to clean up excess water or color that you may have applied. These are heavily watered, so you always have the opportunity to clean them wherever you feel is a bit too much. Please also do try to remember not to apply too much color and be very picky about the spots where you choose to apply paint. This is the last part of the piece where I'm going to apply proper paint, and this is a combination of more black, less blue, lot of water, less pigment, and this is all what I'm going to paint on. After analyzing the painting, I feel like there's a need for a little bit more of the orange to make it a little brighter in certain areas, and so here it is. It is up to you to decide what the twist of the painting is going to be. So I may have used the rose color, but it has sort of faded out, and I ended up making it a little bit more about the orange instead. I would also love to have some of your color palette suggestions and the color twists. Do let me know in the comments section, and I may use them in my next video. So after drying up, this is what the painting looks like. It does have the moody effect to it that I wanted it to have. I will also place the previous painting along with it so that you can analyze the two. It was fun working with these colors, but if you liked this painting video, then do hit the subscribe button and hit the like button to tell me that you loved it. See you next time. Bye.